Hi, Michael Buffer here, and you are watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, and with me via Zoom, I'm delighted to be joined all the way from the USA, Charles Foster. Charles, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Good, my man. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you for asking, Charles. Charles, I've just got to start off the interview by asking a question to you. Are you the secret weapon in this this light heavyweight division?
I'm glad you asked that because it's exactly how I feel. I feel like I'm the best kept secret of the division.
19-0 now. Obviously, you're part of what is a very exciting division right now. There's some big names, and there's potentially some big fights to be made in this light heavyweight division. Why is it that we've not seen you been thrown into the hat with the names like the Bivols, the Berterbievs, the Joe Smiths juniors, all these fights? Why have we not been able to? Have we not come across yourself yet in this division?
I know we've called out Joe Smith Jr. We called out Jean Pascal. The fights we weren't able to materialize, and I think I'm a fighter that poses a big risk, low reward for the guys that are opposed to fighting me. And also politics play a big part. I know I got offered a Bivol fight like a couple weeks after my last fight, but politics know when you're cut and stuff like this to try to offer me a fight knowing I wasn't off suspension yet, and I only have about maybe 10 days with the stitches out my face to train for a world title fight, my first attempt. So, things like that happen at this stage of the game. It's very different from the beginning.
As I said, it's a very exciting division, and of course you're 19-0 with 9 victories coming by way of knockout. Is 2021 the year that we finally get to see you, perhaps in your career-defining fight in the ring with the likes of a Bivol or a Berterbiev or a Joseph Jr. or even a Jean Pascal?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I train hard. I've been doing this for a while, so I need those big fights to tell my tale and show the world who I am.
The light heavyweight division, as I said before, it's very exciting. There's big fights to be made. There's some great talent in the division. There's some good up and talent coming from the US and the UK to compete with the bigger names in the division. Would you say the light heavyweight division right now is the best that it's been for a very, very long time?
Yeah, I would say so because with the fighters that are champion and the ones that are coming up are, very talented and there's not like a set person that runs through everyone in the division. Everyone from the champions to the top contenders to the prospects are on a fast track and they're, no telling where the division is going or who's going to lead it at one point.
You're at 19-0 now. Obviously, you're nursing an injury. How much has that set you back so far in your career? And when can we expect you to fully recover from that injury and perhaps be out in the ring next?
I'm looking hopefully be in the ring by April. COVID was the first thing I had hit hard. I was scheduled to fight, I think March 14th of 2020, and then I found out 2 days before the fight that due to COVID it got canceled and nothing was able to materialize after that. No offers came in to fight me or anything, but I stayed in the gym, stayed training. But then because of COVID, I was like, what, let me just have this surgery done that, I had a hernia in my groin for like the past 10 years. I'm like, what, let me just get it done. And then, that's why I decided to do that. But it's going to be a short recovery. So I'll be back in the gym probably next week or the week after that training.
A lot of people talk about the big two powerhouses in the division, Bivol and Beterbiev. Some even say that there'd be too much for even Canelo Alvarez if he fancied another crack in the light heavyweight division. What have you made of Bivol and Beterbiev in this division so far? And how far away do you think you are from getting in the ring with Bivol and Beterbiev? And how do you think you get on with those two fighters?
I think Bivol is very polished. He judges distance very good. Beterbiev, he has a lot of amateur experience. He's a wrecking ball, though. He's a guy that has physical punching power and physical strength. He just overwhelms his guys as the later rounds go on because I don't know if he's a one-punch knockout artist, but if he lands a couple of his punches clean, you're most likely going to go. But, yeah, as far as how far away I am with those guys, I think maybe a fight or two away, just to get like a nice little tune-up fight to get me back. It's only been 2 years since I fought. And then one big fight, whoever it is, Pascal, Kovalev, I'll get in the ring with them guys, and then I would like a world title fight. And I think I'll do good with either one of those guys because I have a very, very awkward style. I think I move really, really well on my feet for a light heavyweight. I'm real athletic, good hand speed, good power. I don't do one thing overly well, but I do everything very, very good. I could pose a threat to anybody.
Obviously, I asked you about sort of like that career-defining fight in your career, and when you look at the division, a lot of people would say they'd like to see you before getting in the ring with the likes of Bivol and Berterbiev. They'd like to see you fight like a big name in the division. And when you talk about the light heavyweight division, you just mentioned Kovalev, Jean Pascal. There's also Badu Jack. There's Joe Smith Jr. 2021 is a big year for the sport because a lot of it we sort of missed quite a lot of boxing last year due to the pandemic. What is who is the next name on your list that you want? Who is the ideal fight for you to kick off 2021 and to show you the world of boxing that you have finally arrived on the scene and you're ready to take on the big names in the division?
If I give you 3 names of the guys that I would fight next, would probably be Pascal, Kovalev, and Badu Jack. Those are the 3 guys me and my team talk about. And hopefully we get one of those guys in the ring.
And what are the chances, of those fights happening? Because, we just heard, well, I don't know if you've heard, but the news just broke to us that Sergei Kovalev tested positive for synthetic testosterone. And, of course, his fight with Melekuziev is likely to be cancelled now. So am I right in believing that the best 2 candidates for yourself now are Pascal and, of course, Badu Jack?
Oh, definitely. I didn't even hear about that. That was news to me. But, yeah, those 2 guys, that's a shame that people in the sport are tarnishing it like that in their own careers. Even though he's at the tail end of his career, he should have more respect for the sport and the guys he gets in the ring with. But, yeah, those 2 guys, Joe Smith Jr., any of those guys, Sullivan Barrera, anybody.
Another part of obviously the game is how big the sport is over in the UK. Is that something you'd be open to in 2021? Is coming over and fighting in the UK? Because we've got some big names from the UK. Josh Buatsi, of course. We understand that Callum Smith might even fancy a crack in the 175 division. There's also Anthony Yard, Lyndon Arthur. There's some big names here in the division. Is that something you'd be open to doing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I follow all those guys. Anybody above or below me in my division, I follow all of them. So I know who all those guys are.
As you said, you follow most of the UK fighters in the 175 division. Which one is the one that stands out for you the most? Which one do you think is likely to be challenging for a world title this year?
I'd say Joshua Buatsi. I like the other guy, Lyndon Arthur. He just beat the other guy. Forgot his name. Yeah, Anthony Yard. He beat him. I heard it was like kind of a stalemate. They were just looking at each other, throwing jabs. The big thing, he's got the win, and now he's ranked higher. So yeah. So I think definitely Joshua Buatsi fought the one that's going to do the title shot first.
Being a boxing fan, I'm pretty sure you took an interest in Callum Smith's fight against Canelo Alvarez. As I mentioned, Canelo Alvarez has won a world title at light heavyweight, and Eddie Hearn, who is Callum Smith's promoter, expects Callum Smith to move up to 175. How do you think Callum Smith gets on in this light heavyweight division?
He's tall, he's rangy, he has good boxing ability and good skills, but I don't think he made a good account for himself against him. I know Canelo Alvarez is the #1 fighter in the world. He's pound for pound the best, but I don't understand how these guys let this small guy push them back so easily. This guy is massive. Callum Smith is a massive guy. You can't lean on him or anything, so I don't know if the other 175 pounders will respect his, physical ability again, because the difference between punching power and physical strength to keep someone off of you. So I don't know how much respect he'll have at 175.
You mentioned obviously you was very interested in a fight with Joe Smith Jr. He fights for the vacant WBO World Light Heavyweight title against Maxim Velasov. What prediction do you give for that? And is that the ideal fight for you next? You'd like the winner of that fight?
Yeah, I take it because, I know they'll get the WBO world title. Any big fights I'm open to, I'm at the stage in my career where I need to define my own legacy and my movement.
Okay, Charles. Well, listen, Charles, thank you very much for your time speaking to you throughout the week. We know you're currently recovering from an injury. We hope all goes well with the recovery, and we'll stay close to your social media. And we look forward to hearing some fight date news, and we look forward to seeing you when you're next out in the ring.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Charles, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for talking to Lights Out.
All right.